Good evening and welcome to the new gym at Blue Valley High School. Tonight's Hy-Vee High School Game of the Week. We've got the championship of the 2022 Blue Valley Shootout, and we should have a good one. Two undefeated teams as Lawrence takes on Olathe South. Hi everybody, Kevin White, Michael Watson, and Les Norman bringing you the Hy-Vee High School Game of the Week. Last year, Olathe South goes to the championship of this game, and they lose, so Lee Summit won the tournament last year. But Lawrence is a conference rival. These teams know each other. This should be a good game tonight.
This definitely should be a good game. Whenever you have two teams who know each other, they square off during their regular season, they probably don't like each other too much. So this should be a doozy here tonight.
Time now for the Hy-Vee player profile. Zaxton King is a guy to watch for the Lawrence Lions, sophomore of the year in the Sunflower League.
Yeah, you said it, averaging 19 points last season as a sophomore, so he is really the go-to guy for Lawrence. So look for him to have a big night tonight if they're going to be able to upset Olathe South.
And here's a sophomore to watch for Olathe South, Nick Anderson.
Yeah, that 2025 class is loaded, and he's one of the good ones, averaging 21 points a game so far this year. He got a lot of athleticism and can knock it down from deep.
43 points thus far scored by Anderson, the sophomore, in the tournament. Olathe South, Lawrence for the championship of the Blue Valley Shootout. Lineups and the opening tip right after this. The Game of the Week is brought to you by Hy-Vee, proud to support Kansas City High School athletics. Brand new gym here at Blue Valley High School for the Blue Valley Shootout, also the Rick Taylor Shootout. And Olathe South in the championship game of last year lost to Lee Summit, trying to get it done in 2022 as they take on conference rival Lawrence. And there is the young sophomore Anderson, guy to watch. He's had 26 and 17 in the two ball games here at the Blue Valley Shootout. The Falcons will start Polynice, Armstrong, Corrales, Anderson, and Hollenbeck. And for the Lawrence Lions, they will run with Case, Lewis, Lucian, King, and Simmons. They're coached by Mike Lewis in his 14th year, 18th year overall. His team was in the Final Four in 2021. And he's had a couple of second-place finishes under his belt. As we send it down to our sideline reporter, here's Les Norman.
Thanks, guys. I talked with Lawrence coach Mike Lewis. I've asked him about the offense and the defense for tonight. First, we talked about Zaxton King. He said he's come a long way, but he's got a long way to go, and just being a junior. And he says he knows Olathe South coach Dan Morrow's got a whiteboard plan for him tonight. On the defensive side, he said he cannot let the two bigs for Olathe South, Gage Hollenbeck and Jordan Allen, control the game underneath. So he's got his offense and his defense ready for what's going to be a fantastic championship game tonight.
And the Falcons have done a good job of shooting three-pointers, and they have a very big cheering section tonight. As I asked Coach Morrow, I said, what are you doing to get these kids over here to Blue Valley to cheer on your team? He says, nothing. I said, you're not giving them snacks, pizza after the game? Nope. They come out on their own volition. They want to support their Falcons. There's Dan Morrow in his 9th year. Nebraska native, played some college basketball at UNO. And his team is 2-0. Their first games played in this tournament. Lawrence beat Blue Valley Southwest before they got to this tournament. They are 3-0. Falcons, the home team in white. In the black and red will be the Lawrence Lions. These teams will play in January, late January, for their conference game. That'll be at Olathe South. Tim Zandy, Phil Lombardi, and Josh Roberts, your officials, and Olathe South wins the opening toss and will run the first set. So man-to-man by Lawrence.
Yeah, this has been a highly anticipated matchup as Nick Anderson out top, handling the rock. We know Lawrence wants to win. Talked about it in the open. These teams are in the same conference. They know what each other wants to do. Let's go out the gate.
Polynice, the point guard, their top defender, the junior. Good start for the Falcons. That is their 16th three. They hit 8 threes in the first game. a win over Ruskin, Sumner Academy, I beg your pardon, and then they beat Lee Summit North with 7 threes. So they now have 16 threes made. They lead in that category. Anderson the steal. Going to go one-on-one. Can't hit. He's fouled. And we got a baseline call by Josh Roberts. Leon Lucian. And free throws for Nick Anderson. Saw a little time as a freshman. But this guy is a future star. At 26 in their first round win over Sumner Academy, and then 17 last night in the semifinals.
Knocks down that second one, and he's a guy that can go get his own for Coach Moore on Olathe South's team.
Falcons playing man-to-man, and the rejection by Nick. Nick Anderson on both ends right now. Corrales turning, and it spins in and out. Horseshoes out, no good. Here's King. Can't get a 3 up. Here's the coach's son, Lewis, for 3. And the long rebound by Polynice, the point guard for Olathe South. And now the Falcons throw it away. Coach Morrow saying, settle down, guys. Last year, Olathe South 13-8, but lost to Lawrence in a low-scoring game, 42-35. Teams out of the same conference, the Sunflower League in Kansas. High screen. King, sophomore of the year in the Sunflower League. Inside, they get it to their guy. And that is Kenton Simmons, and he'll draw the foul. It'll be on Hollenbeck. First on him.
They call that one on the floor. I thought it was on the shot, but call it on the floor to be Lawrence ball on the baseline.
Yeah, non-shooting, as now Lewis will throw it in, the coach's son. Oldest of 3 kids between Christelle and Mike Lewis. Here's King way downtown, not close, and it go over to Olathe South. And Olathe South has a huge crowd here tonight. Lawrence has a decent crowd, but Olathe South is packing them in. Of course, it's a shorter drive from Olathe South to Blue Valley. Well, there's the Lawrence side. Decent crowd, but Olathe South's crowd making a difference. Polynice making a difference. His second 3 of the quarter.
And he is high. His second 3 from nearly the same spot on the floor.
Got a foul underneath, and if it's on Hollenbeck, that'll be 2 quick ones on him, and that'll get the big guy off the bench for Olathe South.
Well, take a look at that second 3 by Polynice. Able to knock that one down. His defender went under the screen off the handoff, and he knocks it down from deep. And take a look at Olathe South. His second foul on Hollenbeck, to the bench.
Yep, and that means Jordan Allen, the football star in the All-Simone team. Bank shot no good by Simmons. Falcons rebound and quickly get into the front court. This is their only returning starter, Armstrong. Polynice filling it up from 3.
Young fella is in fuego so far. Had a defender run it at him. Don't matter. When you on fire, it's go time. Polynice with his third 3-point bucket.
And a foul underneath. That'll be Allen, who gets his money's worth on the fouls, as he is well put together out there for Olathe South, number 44. He's headed to Kansas State to be a tight end or defensive end, but Polynice on fire from deep.
Yeah, you know when you're hot, your teammates are looking for you. At times, found him in the corner, hanging out. Defender loses track of him. He knocks it down.
And And this is McCade Lewis. And he is short. Mac for short. Did a lot of JV last year. And he is the oldest child of Mike and Christelle. Mike, the coach, of course. 1 out of 2. 10-1 start for Olathe South. Team that gave Lee Summit a good game last year, but the Tigers won 22 games, were just too strong. Anderson short on the leaner. Lions rebound with Lucian. Here's King. Good defense by Armstrong. Inside Simmons, and he's fouled. Allen, I believe that might be his second, and the Falcons have to go to their third big off the bench. And that'll get the guy with the great mullet, Austin O'Gorman, coming in. The next moment, there's the mullet. You said mullets were big right now.
They're back in, man. They're the thing. If you can grow it anyway.
I cannot. Young man is a manager, yeah.
He looks like a member of the Bee Gees right there. That's back in your day right there, staying alive.
Yeah.
That's how Kevin looked when he was a teenager right there at Olathe South.
Yeah. Get the family album out. I'm sure there's a few in there with me. With
the butterfly collar and everything.
Ball out of bounds. Last touch by Olathe South. And now we have a foul whistled on Lawrence.
Yeah, both players battling for the ball right here. And he just grabbed him and took him down.
They will get the foul on Dallas Ostronic, senior guard. And that was his first. Only 2 team fouls now on the Lions. As the Falcons, good three-point shooting team. Armstrong inside. Tucker Armstrong, the lefty, finishing in the paint.
That was a nice job. Had the big on him out on the perimeter, Lance Bassett, and took him to the hoop.
King crashing into the defender, blocking is the call on Olathe South. That'll be on O'Gorman. So the bigs, you got Hollenbeck with 2 fouls, Allen with 2, and now O'Gorman, who's come off the bench, is a big. That's 5 fouls that Lawrence has rung up on the bigs for Olathe South as King goes to the stripe.
And it's important for the Lions to get it back in singles. You don't have to go one-on-one. Run your offense, get a good look at the bucket. Still a lot of time left. Even in this first quarter, sometimes younger teams will panic a little bit when they find themselves down early.
King's had a good tournament. Scoring right around his average. As here's Anderson from way downtown off the back iron. Lucian another rebound for the Lions. Halfway through the first quarter, Olathe South with the early advantage. King cut off. Breeze now in the ballgame. Here's the big guy, Bassett. Drop step, too strong. Ostronic fouled underneath and will shoot free throws. So both teams will play about 12 guys. And see some new faces on the floor for Olathe South. They got Polonese for his first, as this is Dallas Ostronic, 5'11" senior guard. Olathe South has already Ben Breeze in the game. Also in the game, Braden Sill. And now we see Jude Harris checking in for Lawrence. So early season, it's like hockey substitutions. Just new lines come in. Everybody trying to figure out the rotations. As the left-hander Ostronic connects. O'Gorman for 3. And the Falcons now cooling off from downtown after a fast start. King with a 3. Zaxton King.
And Zaxton, we know he can put it up in bunches, and that time from deep able to knock it down.
And Anderson able to draw the foul on the drive for Olathe South.
And Zach Anderson, I mean, he's going to be a player. You can just tell. I mean, I'm Nick Anderson, 15 for Olathe South as we watch King knock down that deep three. But just watching the way he moves reminds me a lot of Landry Shamet back in the day.
Park Hill days.
Yeah. Oh.
And the defender goes down. Corrales can't hit, though.
That would have been, I was going to push you and Ted out the seats. Had that one gone down.
Now King working against the Falcon defense. Ostronic. This three is off the mark. O'Mullet with the rebound. O'Gorman. Ben Breeze is out there. He has really shot it well from three-point range. See if they can get him started there. He's got the handles, now drives it and draws the foul. And will shoot free throws after the Lions foul underneath. I think they'll get Bassett with the foul. And Ben Breeze, 6'1" senior guard. Had 3 threes in the last ball game. Win over Lee Summit North. He had 11 points. And Lewis back in the lineup now for Lawrence. Lucian out. Breeze short arms the second. Falcons by 6. Winner is the champion of the 2022 Blue Valley Shootout. Season off to a flying start by winning this tournament. It's good competition. Harris defended well. Nice play there by Sill.
Yeah, good
baseline
job.
Defense.
Good job. And they're playing a 2-3 zone that time. Doing a different look at Lawrence.
Corrales the turnaround.
Oh, nice job by Corrales. Little post work from the high post area. Able to get that little jump shot to go.
6'3" junior King. No offensive rebound. The big guy Bassett off glass.
Man, you watch his footwork on Lance Bassett. I've known this kid since he was in the 6th grade. He's had that kind of footwork since then. That time able to finish with the left.
And scoop shot by Corrales comes up short. Lions want to run. King all the way to the rack.
Boy, you know what they want to do, getting out on the break, and just like that, back to within 4 after being down 12-1 to start this game.
And 7 first quarter points for Zaxton King. Armstrong all the way in.
Armstrong is a problem off that dribble. He's showing the second time now. Left-handed player, but loves to go right. Able to finish at the bucket. Under
a minute to play in your first quarter of the championship game of the Blue Valley Shootout. Screen it high for King. Help defense comes. And now Armstrong tips it out. It'll stay with Lawrence on the side. Anderson back in for the Falcons. Lewis to play in. Falcons back to the man-to-man. Armstrong has the assignment on King. He shoots over him and buries the three.
You gotta love the confidence from Zaxton King. Knocking it down right in the face of Armstrong. Nick Anderson.
Anderson trying to answer, spinning, hanging, can't hit. King still has time, working it up the floor. And he'll find it.
Oh, come on.
Man underneath, Ostronic, who puts it up and in and beats the first quarter buzzer. And we've got a 1-point game for Olathe South. Got off to the 12-1 start, but the Lions came roaring back as they trail by 1 at the end of 1 here at the Blue Valley Shootout. Olathe South had a big lead, but Lawrence came storming back. Zaxton King at 10 of the 16, and the Lions only down by 1 at the end of 1.
I mean, when you got a player like Zaxton King who can take it off the rebound, push it up the floor, behind the back twice, and then the unselfish dime he dropped to end that first quarter when it looked like Olathe South came out blazing. The Lions able to weather the storm and get right back into it.
They just set the ball on the floor, and Case picks it up, and now he doesn't get it in time. So the Lawrence Lions coaching staff is not happy with the officiating crew, as he felt like they kind of sped him up there. So they're saying, let's go, guys, let's go, guys. Now the official will just put the ball on the ground and start the 5-second clock, as Anderson missing on the inside, and Hollenbeck puts it back in, his first bucket. So that was what the call was, a 5 count on the Lions, and the bench area for Lawrence not happy about that. Inside, Simmons, surrounded, turnaround, good. Kenton Simmons with his first field goal of the game.
Nice soft touch by Simmons down low, taking his time, getting to the right-handed hook over the left shoulder, and just like that, almost cutting that deficit.
Anderson's drive intercepted by King. And he'll lay it up and in. Zaxton King, game's leading scorer with 12. And this is Lawrence's first lead of the game at 20-19. About a minute deep into your first half, second quarter, as Corrales in and out. Falcons have really cooled off since the fast start.
Yeah, Polynese come out, hit 3 threes in that first quarter, then went to the bench. And that's when Lawrence started making their run. Able to take the lead.
Here's Simmons fighting hard on the inside. Hollenbeck rebounds the miss for Olathe South.
And Simmons does a great job of getting position before the entry pass. He's always able to sit in that lane and get the shot that he wants.
Armstrong, the left-hander, now to Anderson. Anderson, the drive down the right alley. Nope. And rebounded by King. Zaxton eyes up, drives the left side, lost his balance, got his own miss, missed a second time, but the third time is the charm. 14 now for the junior at 6'2" for the Lions, Zaxton King.
You had no one inside to rebound for Olathe South after he missed his first shot, able to get 2 offensive boards and put it back.
Corrales.
And
the bucket and the foul. Corrales hitting the deck, put it up with the right hand, and have a chance at a 3-point play. It was Kenton Simmons with the foul here for Lawrence.
If you're Kenton Simmons, you got to be able to go up, straight up and down without fouling. Whenever you throw your body into the offensive player, you're going to get called for that foul, and he'll have to go to the bench. I thought he was able to get it going, but now he has 2 fouls.
Yeah, he sits down with 2. It's like Big Lance back in the ball game. As Corrales, good foul shooter. And I jinxed him. Can't complete the 3-point play. Lucian from downtown. You betcha.
Lucian, and he's wearing 22, so you know he's a shooter.
He's a good 3-point shooter. Hollenbeck with a 3-ball. And Bassett the rebound for the Lions. They lead it by 4. 5.5 to go before Hyvee at the half. Winner is the champion of the 2022 Blue Valley Shootout. Rejection by Anderson, his second of the first half. And a rebound foul by Ostronic for Lawrence.
Anderson gets off the floor very quick. You saw him jump ball at the beginning of the game, but he has long arms and he's so athletic. Only a sophomore, this kid's upside is going to be great.
Falcons, though, down by 4 with the basketball. Polynese, Corrales, Anderson, Hollenbeck, and Breeze. And here's Corrales with the 3-ball, and it rattles in. Matt Corrales.
Sometimes you got to get the shooter's roll, and that time Corrales able to knock that down from 3. And this has been a back and forth battle in this first half.
4 threes now for the Falcons. Inside, Lewis leaning up a shot, breezed the rebound. Now to Hollenbeck, the ball is thrown away by Olathe South.
That was a great offensive set last time on the floor by Lawrence. Just missed the layup. But a great weak side screen to get the player open inside the paint.
Coach Lewis started coaching Biddy basketball to start his coaching career. Eventually was an assistant for Chris Davis and then took over the Lions program, now in his 14th year. Stronach finding Lucian. Case, the jump stop, nowhere to go. Falcons with a good defensive set. Lob it inside, breeze the interception.
Well, you got to take care of the basketball. Uh-oh.
Oh,
come on! He shot it with so much confidence, like he knew it was good when he let it go.
His second, Falcons with 5 here in the first half, and they surge back in front. King, the drive, and drawing the foul. It'll be on Corrales
and
on the block.
That was a good call. King able to avoid the contact on Corrales, but the play before, watch this. He comes off the screen. He's like, you know what? Your hands are down. You disrespecting me? Knocking that one down, and then last time on foot, watch King avoid the contact. Almost got that one to go.
First free throw missed by King, the sophomore of the year in the Sunflower League. Already got 14 and 7. Last year averaged 19. Scored a 20-point game thus far in the tournament. It is his high score. Might be beating that tonight, as he's already got 15 here in the first half. 3 for 4 from the foul stripe. Falcons, though, still 1-point lead. Corrales, one-on-one, now finding Anderson. Anderson from way downtown. And Bassett another rebound. He's come off the bench and given some nice work on the boards for the Lions, and a full timeout taken by Coach Lewis and Lawrence. As he wants to talk to his guys. They won 17 games last year, but lost in overtime to Olathe West to go to the state tournament. Coming up Thursday, we got a doubleheader on Thursday the 15th. As we've got 5:30 girls, North Kansas City at Staley. And then followed by the boys at 7 o'clock, Oak Park at Staley. Those are the matchups Thursday. Enjoy. Well, Michael, you can really tell these teams are conference teams. They seem to know each other. They know their sets. But we've seen some nice offensive plays. The Falcons continue to hit threes, and King, well, the player of the year as a sophomore, living up to expectations as well. Well,
it doesn't matter what you dial up with these coaches. They know each other, so you have to have a player who can go get his own, and each team has that. We've seen it from Olathe South and Corrales and Polynice earlier, and now we saw it with King for Lawrence. The ability to create a bucket not only for himself but for his teammates is so invaluable.
So a long timeout, a full timeout by Coach Lewis. What was going on with that? What was he trying to get across to his team? I don't think they were doing anything untoward in this game. It seemed like he wanted to get something going on their offensive end as the Falcons continue the man-to-man. Here's Lucian with a three. And number 22 with his second three.
Of course it's 22. He got that flamethrower. That's what he does. He's out there to do just that.
Here's Anderson, the drive, and the left hand spins off. Allen tried a stick back, and the football star is fouled and will shoot free throws. Jordan Allen. And King with the foul, his first.
I mean, when you're wearing the number 22, you probably can do this. Doesn't matter. Give me the ball. I'm always in range. And knocking down his second three-pointer of the game.
Lions as a team with 4 threes. As you take a look at Jordan Allen, headed to Kansas State to play football.
I mean, look at this kid. I can't even call him a kid because he can go out and play for K-State right now. I mean, look.
He's put together, yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
On the all-Simone team. Free throw shooting needs some work. Anderson gets the offensive rebound. And they'll reset up the offense up top. Armstrong, the ball fake. Screen high for the sophomore Anderson. And he stepped out of bounds. Turnover, Olathe South.
You see Nick Anderson pressing, trying to make something happen. Stepping out of bounds right there, but he's had a couple of good looks, just not fall for him. Kind of pressing, and when you're young, I see him looking over at Coach Morrow, and Coach Morrow is continuing to encourage him, like, hey, play your game, take your shot, but make sure it's a good shot for you.
King out to Lewis, and the coach's son off the front lip. Falcons rebound with Armstrong. Under 2 to play before halftime. Tight one for the championship of the Blue Valley Shootout. Two Sunflower League teams squaring off here at the new gym at Blue Valley High School. Polynice drive and kick. No three. That's the Falcons' mentality. They like to drive and kick. Anderson's three not there. Offensive rebound by the big guy. Falcons get another chance. Near steal by the Lions. Anderson going to tee one up again. And now the battle for the rebound. And King has it. Out to Ostronic. Ostronic, the numbers aren't there. He'll attack anyway and puts it up and in.
That was a nice job by Ostronic attacking the defender who was setting up to try and take the charge. Good job at avoiding, able to finish with the left. Ooh, what a dime, but get it out!
Rejection by Simmons. Second try, it works for Braden Sill. His first field goal of the game.
I loved watching Simmons trying to avoid that second foul, the third foul for him.
He was very cautious, and Sill took advantage. And Lawrence with a 2-point lead in the basketball, under a minute to go before Hy-Vee at the half. King with 15, the game's leading scorer, and now out to Case for 3. Bucket.
Man, the Lions are making him pay. Dribble penetration and kick, and look at that, up 5 after being down by as many as 11 in this first half.
Yep, they have 5 threes. Polynice the runner, no. Lawrence basketball. And the Falcons have some late subs. Corrales and O'Gorman checking in. Allen and Sill check out. So both teams with 5 threes made. And now the Lions with the 5-point lead. That's their biggest lead of the first half. As King looks at the clock. Now going to go to work. And he'll dial up a 3 off glass. And what a run by the Lawrence Lions at the end of both quarters, the first quarter and the second quarter. And they lead it 37-29 at the halftime break of the championship of the Blue Valley Shootout. 18 game high points for Zaxton King, 3 threes, as the Lions go into the locker room leading 37-29 here in the championship game. And let's check in with Les and the head coach.
Hey guys, I'm Coach Dan Morrow. Coach, that was a frenetic pace to start. You had a bunch of threes, it was really quick, and then it kind of bounced back and forth. Is that going to change in the second half?
Well, we want to keep playing fast. You know, the first few minutes where we jumped out to 10-1 lead, I'd love to see that start the third quarter, but we got to slow them down. I mean, once we started missing some shots, their transition got out, and we were worried about that. And, you know, the Kings got it going now, and they're banking in threes, so we've got to do a better job in transition D and taking better shots on the offensive end so it doesn't lead to easy baskets on this end.
Thanks a lot, Coach. We'll let you get in the locker room. Thank you.
Down. And Zaxton King with 18. And the Lions lead it 37-29 at the halftime break in the championship of the Blue Valley Shootout.
Okay, we're with Coach Mike Lewis. Coach, frenetic pace. You were down 10-1, the seesaw, and now you got a commanding 8-point lead. But we know the way this is going. Is anything commanding?
Yeah. No, you got to fight, and our guys have a lot of fight in them. That's what we're about right now. Is you get down a couple, get down there and fight and hang in there. And you know, hitting a three there at the half to bank it in, have a little momentum. A lot of momentum back and forth, but you got to just keep fighting.
Thanks, Coach. Good luck the second half. Thank you.
Championship game of the Blue Valley Shootout. Two Sunflower League teams. They'll play January 27th at Olathe South, the rematch. But this one is the important one. You win a tournament. And what a way to start your season, undefeated, and a big trophy going into your trophy case. It'll be Olathe South in white to throw in. Hollenbeck, Polynice, Armstrong, Corrales, and Anderson. In black, Lawrence with Case, Lewis, Lucian, King, and Simmons. Second half going to be big between these two Sunflower League rivals.
If you look right now, Nick Anderson has Lucian on him, who's not known as a defender, more of a shooter. So we should look to take advantage of that matchup.
Polynice had the 3 threes in the first half. Armstrong, the ball fake and the attack, and draws the foul. And it's another one on Simmons, who's, I believe that'll be his third. No, they gave it to Lucian, but that is his third, as both guys were in the area. So Lucian and Simmons. Watch the foul jeopardy for those guys, as here's Tucker Armstrong, the left-hander. Free throw no good. Excellent student. Last year had a big semifinal, hit 5 threes in last year's tournament at 21 points. And he's got 5 in the ball game. Falcons.
A little change on the defensive side. We got Polynice guarding King. He didn't have him in that first half.
That's a size mismatch, as King quite a bit bigger than Polynice. Falcons playing man-to-man defense pretty much 90% of the time tonight. We've seen a little zone. Oh, nearly thrown away as Case goes high before his bench area.
Well, good defense by Olathe South right there.
And the scoop shot is no good. Corrales a rebound and outlet. Hollenbeck in the corner. Polynice, we saw this work in the first half. Polynice off the iron, no good. Rebound grabbed by the long arms of Anderson.
I mean, Anderson is everywhere right now. Has the advantage, left to right crossover, but doesn't continue to move.
Corrales floats one over the defender's hand.
Oh, man, I like this kid right here. Great job of creating his own shot. That time, get to the floater game and knocking it down. Defensive stop to bucket. That's what you need for Olathe South. You're going to get back into this one.
3-0 run to start the third quarter as Falcons trailed by 8 at the break. Posting Simmons, a double team at him. Lucian lining up a 3 and buries it.
I'm telling you, when he catch it, he's in range. Deuce, here, baby.
3 threes now for Lucian. Anderson attacking the baseline.
Okay, young fella. Okay. The shot's not dropping from the outside. Put it on the floor, get to the bucket, and you see the sophomore showing the athleticism and that length, dunking that one home.
Simmons posting
Simmons,
and off
God.
glass. Hollenbeck with the fouls, had to let him go.
He is a whole grown man down there. The way he's able to create space before the entry pass.
Hollenbeck rejected by Simmons. And a reach-in foul by Hollanese in the backcourt.
Well, watch this last play by Nick Anderson. Good kick out. Uses the pump fake. And you see him back up. Simmons didn't want none of that to pick up his foul, but take a look right here. Getting it back on the block shot on Hollandale. Controlling the paint is Simmons. He is a down low for the Lions.
We get a timeout for Olathe South as we take a look at the Hy-Vee first half numbers from this ball game. You see the three-point shooting. It's been big. As the Lions have another one.
Well, you see the way those guys are rebounding the basketball for Lawrence. It's been a big reason they were able to have that 8-point lead at half. Neither team shooting it particularly well from the field, but that three-pointer is the great equalizer as Lawrence is shooting 50% from the field. A lot of that, my man Deuce, Lucian and King.
Yeah, they both have 3, and then Case has a 3 as well. So Lucian, 3 threes, 9 points. King, 3 threes and 18 points. So after the Olathe South timeout, Lions working right in front of their bench area. Coach Lewis inside King, the bucket and the foul.
Man, what a set drawn out of the timeout by Coach Mike Lewis. He saw that Polonese is overplaying King. Watch this. He's playing up on his chest, and you're always taught to backdoor the guy. He's going to overplay, trying to keep him from catching the ball. And nice job of catching and finishing with the left, and King to go to the line to try to complete the three-point play.
Lucian the good look, and 21.
Man.
Now for Zaxton King. This is his high game of the tournament as Hollenbeck has to sit down. He's got the 3 fouls. We mentioned that the bigs are in a little bit of foul trouble for Olathe South, and Allen, Hollenbeck, and O'Gorman. Big lead of 9 again for the Lions. Corrales, the spin, the kick. Now they get Armstrong in rhythm on a 3. And the rebound taken by Lewis.
And it just does not look comfortable on the offensive end. That's going to be a charge.
And what's the call? Yes.
That's going to be a charge.
Player control, foul on King of Lawrence.
That was a great job that time by Jordan Allen getting back for Olathe South. He's also in foul trouble. That time standing in and taking the charge. And King saw it the whole way. Whenever you jump into a player who's set, that defensive player is going to get the call.
Well, the Falcons staring at Lawrence's biggest lead of this game. Let's see what they can offer. Anderson leaning up a shot, spinning in. And the young sophomore comes up big.
He realized, and Coach Morrow told him, hey, it's not falling from the outside right now. Get to the hole. We saw him 2 times so far in his third quarter doing just that.
King attacking.
Wow.
Got his own miss and uses the glass. King now with a game high 23.
Oh, if you're Lance Bassett, you got to call out the screen because he almost got, not Lance, I'm sorry, Jordan Allen for Olathe South. Polonese almost got his head knocked off by Lance Bassett.
Polonese gets the screen, puts up the jumper. It's a 2-point make. Polonese is really shooting it well. He's got 11. I don't think, maybe he's had 1 miss tonight. Ostronic into Allen. No call.
No
and the
call.
basket will count for Dallas. He has got 7 points off the Lions bench.
And he was sent there. I'm surprised that was a no call on either way.
Yeah, the baseline official was there. Whistle didn't blow. And now here's Polonese. King watching him, so they're covering each other on both ends.
Yeah, you got to get the ball in this kid's hands right here. He's able to create his own shot.
Spinning left it a little short, was a little off balance, and the ball is tied up. The arrow goes to Lawrence.
Well, take a look on the other end. We saw the previous play called a charge, and here's Allen right here. Comes there, man, takes the contact. Thought it should have been a call, but their officials allowed him to play.
Lions, the 9-point lead, or the 11-point lead, I beg your pardon. And the basketball, late third. Team 3-0. They beat Blue Valley Southwest before they got into this tournament. As the guard for the Lions can't hit that runner, that's Jude Harris. And here comes the Falcons quickly into their offense. Saw him hitting threes early. That has not been the case as of late. Anderson, drive and kick. See if Breeze can get going. He's a good three-point shooter.
Good defense by Lawrence on ball. They're not allowing any easy driving lanes for Olathe to happen. It is still up top for King.
King going against Armstrong, and he lays it up and in. Game high 25 for Zaxton King, the junior. Timeout, Olathe South, as Lawrence surging here in the third quarter as they have their big lead of the game at 13 with 2 minutes to play in the quarter.
Well, defense turning to offense, and take a look at Zaxton King right here. Pick the pocket of Nick Anderson, and he's off to the races. We know he knows how to do one thing. It's finish at the rim. Good job by Zaxton King. 25 points so far tonight, and it's only 2 minutes left here in the third quarter.
This is his high game. He had a 20-point game earlier in the tournament as the Lions have beaten Ruskin and Veritas Christian in their two league games. This is a guy on the college radar.
Oh, yeah, he has to be. He has to be. Anytime you have a player who can create his own shot and get his shot offensively and is willing to play defense, you got to know he's getting some looks at the next level. Even if it's late in the recruiting season, this guy will be playing at the collegiate level.
But he's just a junior, so he's, like you said, things are backed up with the...
They really are.
There's not a lot of spots with some of these schools and people transferring and eligibility from the COVID era.
You got guys playing 7 years in college.
Yep. And here is Anderson out of the timeout. Falcons need a run. They're a good three-point shooting team. Anderson puts it up and in.
So long, has those long strides, and he's wiry strong as well, able to finish through contacts.
Much needed basket, near steal by Sill. Lions keep and will recycle the offense.
And you see a little man-to-man action for Olathe South.
See if they want to run some clock. They go to their big guy, Bassett. Now here's Case putting it on the floor for a runner. And got his own miss. And the ball knocked out. And they got a foul underneath coming up. And it's on Olathe South. And it's going to be on Ben Breeze. And that'll send Case to the line to shoot free throws. Jalen Case, 6-foot senior guard. The guy that played JV last year, as here's Paulinese and Corrales back in, Breeze out. One out of two, lead at 12 for the Lawrence Lions. Anderson getting the screen. Now goes with the elbow jumper, short. And here come the Lions, under a minute to play in the third quarter. King's been the hot hand, 25 game-high points. He'll give it up. See if they want to just hold for the final shot of the quarter with this big lead. Last time these teams met, it was 42-35. Lawrence winning in Lawrence. A lot more high-scoring game this time around. Harris inside, and he is fouled and will shoot 2.
Well, he saw the lane open up like a running back, and he hit that hole quick. Able to draw the foul against Jordan Allen. That's his 3rd personal foul.
And Jude Harris, senior guard. This is a pretty inexperienced Lawrence team. Only 1 starter back. A lot of these guys were JV players last year, including Harris. At the guards, Case, Lewis, Harris. JV guys. Got some time for Simmons and Bassett and Lucian, but King was their big star at 19 a game last year. Big star his junior year. Big lead of 14 now for the Lions. And the Falcons, who were hitting threes earlier, haven't hit one in a long time.
Yeah, they cooled off. Let's see if they hold for 1 shot tonight. 17 seconds remaining here in this 3rd quarter.
Corrales and King battling. And King gets the best of that exchange. Now Ostronic, Harris, layup. Oh, the Lions make them pay at the other end. A big lead of 16. And the roar is coming from Lawrence. The Lawrence Lions, really strong 3rd quarter as they lead it 56-40 after 3 in the championship of the Blue Valley Shootout for 2022. Hy-Vee scoring by quarters, and a huge 3rd quarter and really 2nd quarter for Lawrence as 21-19, led by their big star, Zaxton King, the junior, with a game-high 25.
Yeah, he has been balling like Jim Jones tonight. Coast to coast with the most and the finish. Getting it done on both ends of the floor right here with the nice steal and score for the Lions. And right before the end of the half, pulling up. I mean, when it should night, it should night. Knocking it off of glass. And right here, I love the fact, playing without the basketball, able to get the finish. And here's a steal and a score. And he is doing the most tonight for the Lawrence Lions.
Falcons down big. Try a 3 out of the corner to start the 4th quarter. And it's hit out by Lawrence. Lawrence with Simmons, Lucian, Harris, Lewis, and King in the black uniforms. They are the visiting team in this Blue Valley Shootout. Anderson, Armstrong, Polynice, Corrales, and Hollenbeck. Here's Anderson drawing the Simmons foul and will shoot free throws. Simmons not agreeing. The guys with the whistles. That's 3 now on Simmons.
Take it right here. I didn't see a lot of contact. Thought that was good defense up top, but nevertheless, Nick Anderson at the line shooting 2, knocks down that first free throw. I'm really impressed with this young kid right here, Kevin. I think he has a tremendous upside. Not having a great game tonight, but it doesn't matter. You can kind of see flashes of what he can do as a high-level player.
He's got a 9-point game going. As Lewis nearly threw it away, but Armstrong with the overplay nearly got a knockaway, but King keeps it. High-low feed. Simmons, forget about it. Easy deuce in the paint.
I mean, he is such a problem down low. Great job catching it high, keeping it high with Simmons, and able to finish over the top. Gotta love that if you're Coach Lewis.
Fundamentals. Screen for Polynice, who's had a good night shooting the basketball. Now here's Anderson. And off balance. Had the wrong hand going up there, didn't he? He had his left hand on the right side.
Well, he saw the shot marker come and try to get it up underneath his outstretched arms. But look at Simmons creating that down low, that high low. Oh, good defense.
Hollenbeck the steal in the corner.
And Hollenbeck has had his hands full all night long, having a battle with Simmons for position.
He's fought some foul trouble. And the Falcons needing a fourth quarter run. Otherwise, it's a second place finish for 2 straight years for the Falcons in this tournament. We've got a whistle and a foul coming up on the Lions. It's going to be on Harris. As Ostronic, Case, and Bassett come in, Lewis, Harris, and Simmons check out. Falcons are playing from the baseline, down by 16. Still plenty of time, 6 and some change left, but they really need to find their three-point shooting. As Polynice clears himself and puts up the shot, no good. And a whistle off the ball. It's going to be on Lucian, rebounding on the weak side. Polynice really with some nifty moves here, sending defender sliding. But the foul was right there by Lucian over the back. And Falcons, no points on this trip. Give it back to Lawrence and see if they want to use the clock with the big lead. Very patient set. Lions fundamental team. King trying to take advantage of that Bassett screen. Wouldn't work. Lucian cut off.
Lawrence is doing a great job of being patient on the offensive end. No shot clock, so they're using the clock about 40 seconds right now. Good defense by Olathe South, but yeah, you got a timeout by Coach Lewis.
So he saw something he didn't like from the bench area, and he took the timeout. It looked like his guys were running clock, and Lucian was near the midcourt stripe, and I don't think he wanted a turnover, so coming up next week, we got boys game at 7. I think there's a girls game at 5:30. That'll be next Thursday night. Staley High School.
That's going to be a good game right there. Oak Park and Staley. You got 4 Division I players on Staley. If they lose a game this year, I would be shocked. And then you got some phenomenal sophomores over at Oak Park as well. That's going to be a really, really good game. But I think the player of the year in the city, you got Kyan Evans down there at Staley. I mean, he can do it all. Got Caden Fisk heading to Iowa State. Kyan headed to Colorado State.
King finding Bassett out of the timeout. Now here's Ostronic. Double team. Back to Bassett. And good fundamental basketball. They get an easy bank shot by Lance Bassett.
And that's the second time we've seen his footwork is amazing. Got a foul up top.
Ostronic knocking Anderson to the deck and gets the whistle.
Take a look at right here. Look, give and go actually. Cuts down the lane. Steps through, no dribble. Able to get that one to go off the glass.
Breeze to Allen. Allen short arms it, got it back, and scores.
I mean, he just creates space when he turns around and breathes. This guy, he is a monster down low.
Looks like a bodybuilder out there playing basketball. King down the baseline, got a step on the defender, but came up short. Sill back the other way for Olathe South. Nearly lost it. Allen back to Anderson. They screen for him. He'll fire a 3. And the long rebound collected by the guy that shot at Anderson. Well, the Falcons are going to recycle that offense. Corrales
and
the
one.
bucket and the foul. Ostronic with the foul. And a chance at the 3-point play for Corrales.
Corrales has that sneaky game. He's not going to blow by you, but he does a great job of taking the contact and then spinning off of it every single time to get the defender where he wants him. And we've seen that floater a few times tonight. I think he may have knocked knees with the defender, but he goes to the line to try and complete the three-point play.
3 fouls on Ostronic, who checks out of the game. And Corrales to shoot one. Old-fashioned three-point play try. Falcons still not making a dent in that double-digit lead. This will help. Corrales with 15. He is the top scorer for the Olathe South Falcons tonight. Lewis, Simmons.
You hear Coach Lewis talking about patience, spread it out. They're going to be running and jumping, trying to cause havoc. We got to be smart and be patient on the offensive end and take care of the basketball.
King gets a step and finds Simmons, but Simmons can't hold on. Turnover, Lawrence.
And that was going to be a dunk for Simmons if he was able to catch that one. Take a look at it right here. Good job. Going baseline, dropping it off. Oh, he's like, no, that was my dunk. That was my way to show my grandkids.
Well, Falcons, 3 will get it down to 10. But the clock is against them. Here's Anderson, off balance and rebounded by King. Falcons started out hot from 3, and now a sophomore making the frustration foul. That'll be the first for Anderson. And now the Lions will take a full timeout. So a 13-point lead, and they're going to talk about it.
I've been there preparing for the full court press. You've already seen it in the half court a little bit from Olathe South, and Coach Lewis wants to get his guys prepared and ready for that full court press that's probably going to happen from Olathe South.
Well, you still got 2 timeouts left. You can't take them on the bus back to Lawrence with you. Might as well burn them. Once again, I want to say thanks to all the folks here at Blue Valley High School. So helpful. Gerald Van Reen, the athletic director, and set up the hospitality room for our crew to wolf down some barbecue before the game. So thanks to them. And thanks to all the people here and their hospitality. Always great to be here at Blue Valley High School in their brand new digs, their brand new gym. Earlier in the 3rd place game, Lee Summit North beat Veritas. 5th place game won by Blue Valley. 7th place game won by Ruskin. This is the championship game. And King out of the timeout stumbles, misses the inbound pass. Armstrong the steal and draws the foul. And Armstrong will shoot free throws. King is not happy. Yes. Did he get tripped up there, or he just lose his bounce?
He did get tripped up right there, and I mean that was just something you can't account for. I think he tripped over his own player.
Oh yeah, his own guy tripped him up, and then
tripped
he's
over
like,
Simmons. So not only do you mess up my assist, then you trip me and make me turn the basketball over.
Last foul was on Simmons, who's now got 4 fouls as Armstrong hits the first. Armstrong. Nine-point game. Very good student at Olathe South. Only returning starter. First Case just with that circling dribble, and then finds Lewis, who can't get the layup. thought when I saw Case doing that kind of roundabout dribble, might lose some time, but now here is Armstrong. He's in double figures with 12. And it's a single-digit lead here. If you're Lawrence, look out. Here comes the Falcons. They've got it down to 8. Still 2 and some change left.
Yeah, still plenty of time, but you got to get some stops right here. No shot clock in high school basketball, so they can milk it to the end of the game if they want to. Let's see if
Falcons have fouls to give, as they have only 5 team fouls. King, little floater off glass. Now, he did call that one.
As a backbreaker right there. Into the shot clock will get into the lane. Able to float that one off the glass. 27
game high, back to a 10-point lead now for the Lions. Hollenbeck looked like he traveled there. Nothing called. Now Polonese spinning, and it looked like he lost his pivot foot, and now Dan Morrow says, I need a timeout, and I want a 30-second timeout. As I think he saw his guys almost about ready to turn it over.
Oh, yeah, that was a good call.
They can't have any turnovers here late.
That was a good call. They used about 25 seconds without getting a shot up. You got to get a shot up off the rim. Even if the guys are going to go crash the boards, you're trying to get shot attempts, get buckets, and the clock is not in your favor.
Great crowd by Olathe South here tonight. And also Lawrence, pretty good crowd for the long trip they got to make from.
It's not that long, Kevin. It's right down the street. We're already in North Wichita, way out here. So it's right down the street. It's 30 minutes from here. It's 40 minutes from my house coming out here.
Lawrence to Stillwell, Kansas.
It's about 35 minutes.
It's longer than that.
It's 55 from my house, and I live an hour and a half away from here.
I went to KU. I've driven it a lot more than you.
All right.
Long drive.
All right, Kevin.
It's about a 40, 50-minute drive, you know. That's still a long way on a Friday night.
Well, it's shorter when you're winning.
Yep. As they get the bucket, does Olathe South, and it's down to 8. Still up in the air. Again, the Falcons have fouls to give here, and they will give one right here. That's the 6th, so no 1-on-1 yet. Ball on the side for Lawrence. It's going to be on Breeze. That's his 2nd. He'll check out. Hollenbeck in, so bring the big guy back in. Inbound. Get it to Lucian, now to King. Case. And that'll be the 17th foul, so a 1-and-1 now for Jalen Case. Armstrong, his first foul as there's Case. 1 for 2 at the stripe. Had a double figures game earlier in the tournament, had 11. And can't hit the front end. The sophomore the rebound.
A 3 here would be huge.
Anderson from deep. They need it, and they got it. Timeout might be called. As that is a big one, as that makes it a 5-point, 2-possession ball game.
Man, would be big, and big players come up in big situations. He gets the rebound right here and pushes it up, actually gives it up, and then the defender backs up. I don't know why you back off of him, and Lucian is late in closing, and he's been struggling all night, but you know what? It's crunch time. Knocking it down from 3 to pull his team to within 5, a 2-possession game.
Yeah, that was about 22 feet. That was right there on the Rick Taylor court logo. And Coach Morrow trying to bring his team back. They trailed by 16 points going to the 4th quarter. It's down to 5.
Come on, Kevin. YMCA with me. This is your era, and you talking bad about the music I bring up.
Yeah.
I can see you as a village person.
Oh, good. Thank you. Oh, man.
Which village person would you be, Kevin?
The old guy.
The old guy.
At the end, that's not doing any
That's not doing any
gesturing.
movement.
Yeah, just standing there at the end of the stage.
They're still getting paid off this song 40 years later. I mean, that's awesome. This is a good game right here, though. A two-possession game. Let's see if Lawrence can break this press.
Get it into King. They'll foul him immediately, and they'll send King with his 27 points to the line. 1-1 for Zaxton King.
And now you make it a free throw shooting contest. You force guys like King to make free throws, and he's a good player, he's a good shooter, but let's see how he does in crunch time.
Front end is home.
Cool as the other side of the pillow.
Yeah, double-double.
Ooh, nice.
This guy has got several assists, several steals. And
My man's trying to go for the 30 ball, though. I love it. Got to find
trying to get a three.
Anderson.
Armstrong for three. And the rebound taken by Case. Good rebound, and he is fouled from behind. And we'll go to the other end. Now, Case has only hit 1 out of 3 from the foul stripe, so he has not been stellar at the line. But the lead now at 7 with free throws for Case. It is a 1-and-1 again. That's the 19th foul for Olathe South. And he'll earn the bonus toss. His team got 5th place in the Blue Valley shootout. They lost their first game, but then went on to win 2 more. Case now 2 for 5 from the foul stripe. Falcons still see the door open. Anderson's 3 not there. That might doom them, as King with the rebound and Polynice with the foul. And we'll parade to the other end for some King free throws. As Michael says, he's going for the 30 ball tonight.
That's right. You think he don't know how many points he has? Scorers know every single point they have. And he know getting the rebound and getting fouled, he could get the 30 piece. And I'm not talking about
a high volume shooter either. I mean, he's
buckets.
He's a good team-oriented guy. There's number 30 with a double-double with double-digit rebounds.
And you know what he does know how to do? Take over a ball game. And he did it on the defensive end tonight to get his offensive side going.
31, and Olathe South now will take a timeout, down by 10 with 30 seconds to go.
West Virginia.
John Denver?
John Denver. Why did John Denver make a song about West Virginia? Do you know? Does anybody know?
Oh, boy.
Can someone email us at Spectrum Sports and tell us why?
Yeah, I think John was a big Colorado guy.
Denver. My man right here.
Yeah, he's got the lyrics right in front of him. He's just getting them off his phone. That's a modern way to do it. Have some fun on a Friday night in Overland Park. The fans singing it without the music, as they've turned off the music. Yeah, you get the lyrics on your phone and just keep the song going.
That was cool. Well, we saw Olathe South get it to within 5 with just under a minute, and Lawrence has done a good job of weathering the press and then making their free throws when they need to.
That was the last timeout for Olathe South. As Corrales leaning up the shot. No. Breeze offensive rebound. Polanese fade and fire, partially blocked by Simmons. And now the foul in the backcourt. And Case, who's had a tough night free throw shooting, will go to the other end and shoot 2. He's 2 out of 5. But it's looking pretty good for the Lions to win the 2022 Rick Taylor Blue Valley Shootout. And make it 2 straight over Olathe South as they won the conference game last year in Lawrence. Coach Lewis starting to feel it on that bench. This team will get their sunflower action going. Next Friday the 16th, Shawnee Mission East, they'll host Coach Hare's Lancers. Anderson partially blocked. Loose ball grabbed by Case, and that should do it. As Lucian gonna hold the dribble out front. And a championship for the Lawrence Lions. 68-57. They win the 2022 Blue Valley Shootout after a 5th place finish last year. And it's kind of misleading. They lost to Lee Summit in the first round game in a very close game. Got sent to the losers bracket, won 2 in a row after that. So they get the win over rival Olathe South. And Hy-Vee postgame is coming up next. Lions shootout winners in 2022. Championship trophy delivered to the Lawrence Lions. They are now 4-0 on the year. They beat Ruskin, Veritas, and Olathe South from the Sunflower League as they win it 68-57. Their star player, Zaxton King, 31 and 10. And the Lions, champions of the Blue Valley Shootout. Olathe South drops their first game of the year. They are 2-1 on the year. And Zaxton King, Michael, had a lot of hype coming in. He delivered tonight.
Oh, he delivered, and he delivered big with a double-double, 31 and 10. Tonight, but what I love is how he got it going. It was on the defensive end. It really wasn't the offensive end that got him going or his team, but he saw when his team needed a lift, he stepped up and got it done.
Les Norman is with the king of the night.
That's right, the king of the night, Zaxton King, double-double, 31 points, man. How's that sound?
Feels good.
Well, I'll tell you what, you started off pretty decent, and there's a little cold streak in there, but the confidence in you to continue to shoot, and man, you brought it down. Just tell me where this confidence comes from.
It comes from the work. I have confidence in my abilities and the work I put in.
The second half, I noticed you were pointing to your point guards to get it into the big guys. You were open for a lot of shots, but the second half, you didn't take as many except when you got to the free throws maybe or when you had the wide open shots, but that's pretty unselfish. That's impressive.
Yeah, I feel like our bigs had a lot of open looks in the post, so when I saw him down there, I wanted to get it to him.
Well, a great tournament for you guys. How does champion sound?
Feels good. It sounds good.
Zaxton King, this guy was a stud. 31 points, double-double. Back to you guys.
Les, that is the MVP of this tournament right there. Zaxton King of the Lawrence Lions. They're victorious. They're 4-0. Your final word, Michael, what's your final thoughts on the tournament?
I mean, it was a great job by both teams, but we saw Lawrence come out and look like they were going to get skunked, but came back to win it all.
Yeah, they were down 12-1 early. They rally and win it. Special thanks to the AD, Gerald Van Reen of Blue Valley High School. Thanks to the coaches, Coach Lewis and Coach Morrow, and our entire crew. Our producer, Michael Watson. Our producer, Joe Novacek, for Michael Watson, Les Norman, and our entire crew. Kevin White trying to get the heck out of Stillwell, Kansas. Good night, everybody.
Drop the mic.